Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Telling It Like It Is. My name is Jade Alberts, the founder of Peer Guidance. As you can hear, there is a lot of stuff going on in the background because we're here for the Community Now 5th Annual Mental Wellness Summit. And it's great that we have to yell into the microphone, and hopefully that you can hear us a little bit, but if you can't, so be it. But I am here with the founder, Krista Malden, and we are just inspired by all the things that she does for us, all the things in our community. And you know what, Krista, say hello.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being here, Jade. And I'm so glad that we're celebrating the 5th annual mental health event together. You've been to every single one. I think the only one you weren't involved in was the first one.
I was at the first one, and that's the only one I wasn't involved in. But let's talk about that. I mean, the first one was at Craft up in that upper area, and now we've come to Contemporary Calgary. We've got probably 10 or so booths out here, people mingling, people talking, people sharing stories, and people helping. So how does that make you feel?
I'm so excited. The first event, we were actually laughing about it this morning because you think we started at a pub. There was a handful of people, 3 speakers, and you couldn't hear anything because the pub was so loud, right? And I would rather, and it was loud because of the pub, not because of the actual event, where here we are, and it's so loud that we have to hold the microphones to our face. Like, this is so exciting to watch the community come together and all the stories that they're going to share and how everyone's connected. It's super important for mental health to build a community that's this strong.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I mean, we're all, we say it on all of our hashtags: stronger together, you're not alone, asking for help is not a sign of weakness. All those things come together today with a whole bunch of people here that have amazing stories. And the one thing that inspires me the most is that everybody here that is talking, speaking, attending will be there for you. If you ever want to reach out and ask for help, there's like myself and Kristen, you got Derek and Peter and Ty and Jamie, and I mean, the list goes on and on and on, and some of them that you'll see here. So again, if you're out there, ask for help, you need it, just reach out. I mean, the first step is the hardest. And tell us about some of the things that are going to happen today.
Well, this year's a little different. So we've got vendor tables all set up, which is the noise that you can hear. So everyone's connecting and meeting. This makes the community stronger. And then we kick it off with Blaze Hunter, who flew here from Nanaimo just for today. She's also promoting her new book. We've got some drumming happening. We've got singing happening. We have panel discussions going on about business and community. It's so exciting. And there's always surprises because it's a live event. So I can't wait to see how today goes.
Yes. It's going to be exciting. And again, thank you so much, Krista, for your inspiration and hosting this. And I'm looking forward to the 5th or 6th, 7th, 8th, and 15th one. So we're just going to roll through a bunch of people. Thank you, Krista. Now jumping on is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Ty McKinney. Hey, Ty, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful.
So, I mean, we're gonna have ourselves a little break, and we're gonna be doing a little fun talking about your app and what it works. So, why don't you share to some of our listeners here what 8-Bit Cortex is?
Yeah. So we're building an app in order to gamify mental wellness tracking, and we're using that to offer a burnout risk assessment service for companies. Really, what our goal is to provide every individual person customized support for managing their burnout, and then give data-driven solutions for companies to make the workplace more inclusive for those struggling with mental health.
And that's such an important thing. Like, share some of the stats that you have of mental health burnout in organizations.
So they're honestly kind of bleak. So about 1 in 4 Canadians right now is struggling with a mental health condition in some capacity. This is from Statistics Canada research. In professional fields, so like lawyers, doctors, software developers, I think the turnover rate based on the KPMG report is about 10%. So that means 10% of people are just deciding this job isn't for them and they're leaving the workforce.
Those are astronomical numbers, and I mean they're scary numbers. If it's anything between 10 and 25% that people are getting burnt out, anything that can help them be healthy, the company's buying into the processes, it has got to be a very important move forward.
No, 100%. And not only is this really important to do for individual people, but it's also financially advantageous for companies. One thing that isn't necessarily appreciated is that burnout is really costly. Between people not being fully present at work and not being productive, between the cost of turnover and retraining, it ends up being a huge drain on companies' finances. So really tackling burnout helps everyone all involved. It's one of those good feel-good situations where there's no downside to doing it.
No, and that's good. And where can people find you if they want some more information on Cortex? I know they can come almost every Tuesday to Founders Coffee,
Yes.
but where else?
So you can go to our website, 8bitcortex.com. And if you go to 8bitcortex.app, you can try out the beta of our platform there. So you can check out a gamified experience and learn about how you can develop your own personalized burnout management strategy.
No, that's awesome. Again, thanks for sharing that, Ty. Thanks for being here and participating in this. And
My
I
pleasure.
look forward to having more conversations with you.
No, and thank you so much for always being an advocate for mental health within the community.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Ty.
Yeah, thank you.
We got one more coming. We'll have more, and hopefully that you can definitely hear us. So we got Ethan coming in here. Ethan, why don't you tell some of our Telling It Like It listeners why you're here and a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Ethan Nicholas. I'm a personal trainer here in the city with quite the story, and I decided to start sharing it about 5 years ago. Mental health is super important to me, and now with my business and training, I get to blend mind, body, and spirit, and helping people just find their why, find their thing. You know, for myself, it was almost 100 pounds of weight loss, and just a mental shift in how I viewed myself as I operate in this world. Now I get to help people do that and find their thing.
So where do you personal train at a club? Do you do it on your own? Whereabouts are you located?
So I own my own business. Pity the Fool Fitness is what I run under, but Fight Me on This is my overarching business. And I run out of Sherwood Park, Alberta. I run out of my personal gym in my garage, and as well as one of the fitness centers there in Sherwood Park called Millennium Place.
Ah, nice. So how do you blend the all that together with with obviously I love going to the gym. I play a lot of sports and squash and things like that. I enjoy working out. It's probably one of the most important things for me when in my mental wellness. I got to be active. I feel better. I'm healthier. Can I lose a few pounds? Absolutely. But I know I got to eat better, and that's not going to change. So how do you blend all that together?
One of the biggest things is that my clients came on my weight loss journey with me. I changed how I viewed training. It wasn't just, 3 sets of 12. It wasn't working for me for 10 years. I wanted to know what I had, the concept that we always have more. And to do that, you have to change your mind. You have to change how you view what you're doing. So every time I stepped in the gym, I wanted to know what I could do, whether it was 100 reps, 1,500 reps, whatever exercise I was doing, I was going to do as many as my body would let me do. And if I thought I was going to quit, I would push as hard as I could to keep going to see what I had. And I learned that I kept proving to myself that I was better than I ever thought I was. Every single day, that started to build this belief in me that I could do something that I've never done before. And all my clients got this same thing. We show up and start training together. I'd take down Stuart would take down me, Chantel would beat me, I'd beat her. And this healthy competition in wanting everyone to be as good as they could be, to give their best, became this happy, healthy place where everyone's getting after their goals. I had the best football season of my career last year after I blew my knee out. The same mentality, I fixed my ACL. Like it's all mindset. And that, when you leave my gym, when you believe in you, people can't take stuff from you no more outside. And it just starts to stick where you stop believing that BS that people tell you can't. Nah, you don't believe it no more.
No, I agree. I couldn't agree more. And where can people track you down? Website, email, where can they find you if they want more information?
Yeah, absolutely. FightMeOnThis.com is my website, and Fight Me On This on pretty much all my social medias, Instagram, TikTok, all the fun ones.
No, I love that. Thank you very much, Ethan. Thanks for coming here, and we'll get to know you better here throughout the day.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for putting this on.
Oh, you're very welcome. Jamie's in next. All right, come on in. Sit down, Jamie. We got a lineup of people to come. Jamie, why don't you, welcome to Telling It Like It Is. Why don't you share your story a little bit with us, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. My name is Jamie Miner, and I am a business owner, musician, and a trumpet player for the Calgary Flames. And I'm a big advocate for mental health and sobriety. So I'm 3.5 years sober. And the reason why I'm here today is Krista came to my music festival, Oktoberfest, one of the first music festivals ever hosted in Calgary. It was a giant success, and I'm going to be doing another one next year.
No, that's awesome. So tell us a little more about that, and where can people find information on that?
So best way to do it is to follow me on Instagram, and it'll be JAYME_MINZ. And follow me there. You can shoot me any questions, any messages that you have. We'll start promoting more things for Oktoberfest probably later on next year.
Yeah.
But I got lots of music coming out. I got a couple short films coming out, and if you follow me on Instagram, you can shoot me a message of what section you're in at the Flames game, and I'll come play for you personally.
I was yelling you from the box the other day, but you couldn't hear me.
You got to message me, bro.
I know. I was too busy.
I'll be there.
I was like,
I
oh,
had
shit.
a few people from the meet and greet message me, and I went and played for them.
Yeah. I know. I always see you around, so that's always, I love that. So, no, anybody that wants any more, follow Jamie on Instagram and follow him. Again, the trumpet player, advocate, Sobo for 3.5 years, and we're looking forward to learning a little bit more about Jamie and his story today.
That's right. And today is going to be amazing.
It is going to be a great day.
Take care, bud.
All right, Jamie. And here is Blaze, one of the few people that actually may have better shoes than I have. Look at those hot pink shoes.
I know, and you got rad shoes. I love them. We need pictures of our shoes.
I know, we do. We do. So, I mean, last year you were the host. You've been a part of this for so long. Why don't you tell us, what's going on? You have a new book coming out.
Yes.
Share some of the stories here with our listeners.
Well, Krista and the CN community have just done amazing. It really does take a village. She's created something from nothing. 5 years later, look where we are. I was with it last year, and yes, I was the MC, and this year I'm speaking, and you're hosting, and we're taking turns at this. It's so fantastic. Mental health is just about talking about it, normalcy, inspiration, community, and connection. So I think that's what we're here today, is to encourage that connection part.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about this a little earlier on here on the podcast, saying, everybody here, I dropped your name, I dropped Derek's name, and I mean, there's so many people here that are so passionate about our ecosystem. Like, I get goosebumps every time I see somebody.
Oh, it's fantastic, and everyone's got their own passion projects, and all doing their part to be the change and change that narrative. So it's just amazing to see all the incredible contributions of the community coming together.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell us about your book.
Yeah, so I have my second book that just came out. It was a #1 bestseller on Amazon.
Ooh.
The first week it hit, and it's all about communication, because we are a society that solely relies on communicating, yet we're horrible communicators. So I really challenge what that looks like. I really take it all down, that it's our internal communication system that shapes our outer one. So really knowing yourself and how you operate creates better connection with others, and each chapter addresses a different topic. So it's pretty interesting.
No, I'm looking forward to reading it. So where, obviously you said on Amazon, where else can they find your book?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart in the States, Indigo Chapters, and on my website, blazehunter.com/books. You can get it anywhere there.
I know, unfortunately, since I'm not at my desk, I can't type in all this stuff. So I'll watch this later. I'll put all the stuff in the comment section so people, can find it easier. And again, Blaze, thank you so much for what you do, coming out here from Nanaimo and hanging out with us Albertans. And I know you're from here and used to live here, but now we appreciate you, coming back here and sharing your knowledge with us.
Thank you so much. It's going to be a great event.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to today. I can't even tell you.
The buzz, it's here. It's just so empowering. It's
It
awesome.
is excellent. Well, thanks a lot, Blaze.
Thank you. Take care.
We'll talk soon. And now we got Stephen coming in. God, Stephen and I met probably about 3 or 4 years ago now. It's been a while, and obviously I just heard about your new venture, and I'm excited for you to share with our listeners what's going on. I think we'll actually bring you on Telling It Like It Is. You've been on before, but I think maybe just before the gala that you're having, your fundraising gala. So why don't you share a little bit about what's going on?
Well, we are opening Canada's first 2S LGBTQ plus addiction treatment facility. We're launching it here in Alberta, preferably here in Calgary.
Yep.
We are in the process of raising funds to get a facility. Our first 2 facilities fell through. So what it taught us is that we have to rely on ourselves and rely on the donations and the benefits of the donors.
Yeah.
We're going to be launching part of the program in the spring of 2023. And then we'll probably relaunch the residential side of it somewhere near the end of 2023.
Nice. And what are you, what are you looking for? Are you looking for, hotels and beds? Are you looking for just a building that, like a shell that you can kind of custom, or is there anything in particular that is going to help you, be successful and succeed?
Well, ideally what we really truly want is we want a hotel. And the reason being is very specific, is because in most addiction treatment centers today, you share your room with at least one other person. There's group bathrooms and everything else. What we want to create a safe place for people. So each person who's coming in will have their own room and their own bathroom. It'll be their space while they're with us. and there won't be anybody intruding on it. There won't be anybody, looking and going. You have to share the space. You have to get used to somebody else, and you might have to be dealing with somebody else's trauma.
Yeah.
You are there within a group, but you also have your space you can revert to when you need to find that safety and security of your own room.
I think that's so important. I think that, I know when I have roommates back in the day, it's like, oh my God, I wish I had my own space. I can't even imagine what it would be like if I was, trying to overcome addiction, or I had my own inner demons, and then I was trying to do mine, and then I have to live through somebody else's, and it's got to be hard, having roommates when you're trying to do something like that.
It is. The biggest thing about it, roommates, is getting to know the quirks and everything else. I mean, we date somebody and then we take 5 years or 2 years or whatever to get to know them. But there's a mutual benefit to getting to know them and accepting those spaces. Well, if we're not in a relationship and it's just sticking two people in a room, you're hoping that they're going to get along, and we might not get along in the same way. We create a community. You and I get along really well.
Yeah.
We get along outside. We go have coffee. We talk.
Yeah.
You stick us in the same bedroom together, and that brings a whole new dynamic to our relationship. And when you're healing trauma, sometimes you just want to escape away from the people who have just heard you, who heard you pour your soul out. So we're creating something that is new, and we're creating it where it's not going to cost them $18,000 a month to get that specialized treatment.
And I think that's so important. I'm really excited about you achieving your goals and setting this up, because it is so needed. I'm sure you probably talked to Ty and a few other people, and
talking to anybody
that'll listen, about what you're doing and how you're doing it. So, I think let's talk a little bit about when your gala is going to be coming. Do you have a date yet, or anything in particular?
Well, tickets are on Eventbrite already. It's the Stonewall Recovery Bricks and Mortar Ball. Okay. So we can bring our bricks and mortar and based on Stonewall. It's March 10th, 2023, Friday, March 10th. Tickets are $175. There's sponsorship available, just straight tickets. It's going to be a great big party. We just signed an agreement for Kendall Gender, Canada's one of Canada's top drag queens, is a sober queen, and she's joined our team. She's coming in. She'll be performing at the event. We're going to have a whole bunch of people announced over the next 2 months. Some really great performers. It's going to be a great night of partying. There's going to be auction items. There's going to be some education, because we got to have it. And we are going to kick Stonewall's 2023 off with a great big party of community connection and showing how love can win.
Love can always win, and I absolutely love that. And you know what? I think that works out perfect, because I think we'll get you on telling it like it is the first week of March. Give it a little shout out and a little more love to sell some tickets. I'll get it up on the comments section here, and after we post it, probably tomorrow. I won't be able to do a whole lot here today, but I'll get it out there, and then we'll bring you on in March, and then we'll have a little conversation about that, and hopefully drive some more ticket sales to a very, very worthy cause.
Thanks very much. And tickets are already selling, so I hope by the first week of March, when we're on and we're working together, I'm telling you that we're sold out.
Well, geez. Well, I better go get my ticket first of all, so I can get into the house and get into the summit, and then we'll go from there. But again, Stephen, thank you so much for coming on, and have a great day, and we will chat soon.
Appreciate everything.
All right, my friend, take care. And then we've got this might be our last guest, but definitely not least. I'm so excited that Jill's going to be joining us right now on Telling It Like It Is. Jill, how are you today?
Excellent, thank you. Nice to see you.
It's very nice to see you. And you know what? I love seeing all these people out here and how this has evolved, and lots of booths, and so many independent little entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I've just run into 4 groups of friends that I know them all separately, and it's wild to see them together here. My friend Matt, I haven't seen since junior high, and he came because he saw it on LinkedIn. So just know that marketing and promotion works.
Well, yeah, you don't have to tell me how powerful LinkedIn is. I kind of like being on LinkedIn.
Me too.
So why don't you just, you're going to be the last guest today, and you're going to be speaking here. And you have an unbelievable, such a heartwarming, journey to get where you are today, and how you give back. Why don't you just touch base on, on that a little bit, and share some of the trials and tribulations you've had over the last 10 so years of your life and what you're doing. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. It's gonna gloss it over.
So that's all wrapped up right now in OwlSeek. And owlseek.ca is where I'm putting all of the information that I've gathered over the last decade in recovery, through recovery, living with things that they identify as PTSD and trauma, and still aligning meaningful work with that, and helping other people do that as well. And sometimes that means helping other people leave the work that they thought they were aligned with, but it's actually not truly in alignment. Sometimes that means diving into some heart-centered pieces on your relationships and your social connections, and looking at what those changes are. And those are all experiential for me. And now I root everything in the work of Dr. David Hawkins, a science-based approach on mapping consciousness, and being able to tie that spiritual connection to what we do. So who we are and what we do.
It's so amazing. And, as I think we went for the first time we actually met, we went for nachos, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, down at Madison's.
Down at Madison's.
Yeah.
Pierogi nachos are pretty good if anybody wants to know.
I like the Korean infused ones.
But again, the amount that you give back and share your knowledge with the people that need help in today's is absolutely outstanding. So, where can people find, get a hold of you? Where can they find you? How can they reach out to you? Even if they just want to have a coffee or have a lunch or anything along those lines.
Here on LinkedIn, send me a DM, OwlSeek, Jill at owlseek.ca. I'm also here with the co-founder, one of the co-founders of Struggle Is Your Success. That's our not-for-profit. We're partnered with Trellis, working with Calgary Foundation, grants from Africa Center, SBDCI. So anything in that realm of youth, BIPOC, I love to talk about that, how we can get the entrepreneurial mindset in, because not everybody's on the linear path. So if you want to talk not-for-profit or private stuff, just DM me. I value personal connections so much, and that piece of sitting across the table and talking, and more. Let's do more of that.
Oh, way more of that, right?
Yeah.
And now, that's pretty much how. The only time I do a Zoom now is if it's actually someone's in another city. If someone says let's Zoom, I'm like, no.
I know we did this movement to take away meetings, and it was so hard for me. It works for some people, but I need connection. I need meetings. I need in-person meetings, because there's no spark in me without it, and I don't thrive, and I'm not able to have that creative center and share it with others if I don't have that, and that's through human connection. So events like today are critical. I can't wait to see what else we roll out. I want to talk to you again down the road, because I think there's stuff that we have to talk about and share and help other people through.
I'm looking forward to that conversation and the next conversation that you and I have, because the first one was so inspirational. But again, Jill, thank you so much for what you do within our ecosystem, and giving back and sharing your stories and being vulnerable. And we really appreciate that. And thank you for coming on and sharing a little bit that today.
Thank you so much, Jade. And thank you for everybody checking this out and supporting this event today. It's really important work.
No, absolutely. So that is it for today. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in and listening. I know we were a little bit early, but we've got some great things to discuss today. We got a lot of people going to be here sharing great stories, sharing personal tragedies, smiling, laughing. I'm sure there's going to be a few tears shed and a lot of people being vulnerable. So, until this is the last one of the year, so until the new year, I hope everybody has a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, stay safe over the holidays, and we will be back in January. So everybody have a great one. And again, Thanks a lot, Jill.
Thank you for sharing your message with everyone.
Oh, I really appreciate that. Again, everybody have a great day, and